Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to go over the catalog flashback for Liberty Seal 2015 Day 3 since it started. And if you don't know, this catalog flashback series is a series where I go over past update or events that happen on the catalog just for fun and nostalgia's sake, because it's nice to look back at some of the things that people might have enjoyed for the catalog. And in the last part, I went over Day 2 of this sale, and we ended off right over here with this Tentacles wave. And now we're over here on Day 3, and we actually got a couple of new things and some limits. So this first wave right over here, we have Crimson Shaggy, and then we also have St. Patrick's Fedora going limited. So over here, Crimson Shaggy, this was actually a new item, and I think afterwards it did end up going limited on that same day or a bit after that, so it was a pretty short time span for when you can get this item, and it did end up getting 200,000 sales, so definitely not that bad. It definitely looks pretty cool. It's one of the nicer Shaggies in my opinion, so definitely a pretty cool choice if you got this one, and it seems to be doing pretty well, goes up quite a bit after sales, so definitely not that bad and a pretty nice choice on the first wave of the day. Next over here, St. Patrick's Fedora went limited. I think it's definitely a pretty nice one as well. It has the classic Fedora mesh, and it's just the regular one for St. Patrick's Day, so definitely not that bad. Over here, it is a rare one at 800 owners, and definitely a pretty nice choice if you got this one originally. It does seem to have a couple at around the same price, so it might take a while to get up a bit higher than it is right now, but still a nice limited nonetheless. Next up over here, we did get a Fedora wave, and Roblox actually did end up tweeting about this one as well. It says Fedora Fest is happening now, and they mentioned Fedora's on sale and Fedora's limited as well, so we do have a couple of Fedoras right over here. So we have one going off sale, one discounted, and one limited right over here. So the recycled cardboard Fedora, this is the one that was going off sale. If it looks pretty nice, it has the recycled texture, which many of the Earth Day items do have. I think it looks pretty nice. It's definitely one that I think does have a high chance going limited pretty soon, more likely during Earth Day, but still definitely looks pretty nice. Much of these fedoras actually look pretty well with a lot of different outfits, so definitely not that bad over here. Then the fried chicken fedora, this is the one that was discounted. This actually got discounted quite a bit back in the day, so I actually ended up getting this one during a discount, not during this sale, but later on after that, so definitely a pretty cool one. It is one of the more expensive ones, so getting this one as a discount is definitely a pretty good choice, and definitely a pretty fun one with the fried chickens going around the band. Next over here, this one went limited, the Adroit fedora with a black iron accent. Definitely a pretty nice one. It definitely looks pretty cool. It definitely has a similar shape to the other two we went over, so definitely not that bad over here. It seems to be doing pretty well at around 12,000, so if you do have this one, I think it's definitely a pretty good choice. Then we had the Examiner fedora going off sale, and Mo Benjamin's fedora going off sale, and also Friendly fedora going off sale. And the Zanwood fedora looks pretty cool. There aren't actually that many Zanwood items, so this is kind of a rare texture for them to use, but I think it definitely looks pretty nice. It has the classic fedora shape to it as well, so definitely not that bad over here. It is pretty hard to find this one nowadays, but I do see this one going limited pretty soon as well, so if you own this one, definitely keep an eye out because it might end up going limited. Next over here, this Mo Benjamin's fedora is also off sale. It definitely looks pretty cool, has the dollar on it, so very interesting over there. It definitely looks pretty fun, and you could definitely make kind of a rich outfit with this one, so not that bad. And the last one, Friendly fedora, this is also one that I think is a staple sale item, returns quite a bit during sales. It is that kind of friendly version of the Sinister fedora, which is a limited, so I assume this might go limited soon as well, who knows, but it definitely looks pretty cool. It has the classic fedora mesh on it as well, so definitely one of the better ones I think from this fedora wave. Next up over here, we did get a visor going limited, and then we also have the fedoras going off sale, with also this spring flower fedora being mentioned here, and the Crimson Shaggy going off sale as well. So over here, this loose sniper's visor did go limited over here. I think this is one of the more classic visor items. It definitely looks pretty nice. It seems to be doing pretty well actually recently right now, so if you own this one, it definitely seems like there's some good profits to be made in the future. It's definitely a nice looking visor, and definitely a pretty cool choice if you own this one before it went limited. Next up, spring flower fedora. This one seems to have gone off sale at that point, but it is on sale right now, so they might have brought it back at some point. It doesn't seem to be the most popular item, but I think it still looks pretty nice. It's a nice kind of spring or summer looking item, so not that bad. 500 bucks for fedora, definitely a pretty cool choice over here. Next up right over here, we did get a new hat, the Bombastic Boa, and we did see the Crimson Shaggy go limited a few hours after that, so that did make sense over there that it was available for a short amount of time, and then it went limited after that. Then after that, we get this new limited, the Sapphire Crystal Circlet, and the other fedoras going off sale. So over here, Bombastic Boa, this is when it released. I think it's a pretty cool looking boa. It is a part of the boa series, which is a series of these kind of snakes as scarves or necklaces, and they look pretty nice. It's a very cute item, I would say, and I think it did end up going limited, I think the year after that or 2 years after that during the same Labor Day sales, so definitely pretty cool choice over here. It does seem to be doing pretty well right now at 4,000, and once again more recently seems to be going up, so not a bad one right over here, and after a few sales it does go up quite a bit as well, so a pretty cool item to have gotten if you did get it before it went limited. Next, this is the new limited that they did release, the Sapphire Crystal Circlet. They did have I think a few of these before they released this one. I think the red one was out before this one, and it's a pretty rare item. Most of these are pretty rare as well. They all start at this price, and they do pretty well over time. It's a pretty nice looking item, so if you do want to get this one, it was a nice addition to this series. Next up over here, they did release another hair and also a new limited item with the Archduke of the Federation. So this cotton kitty here, another one of these hairs that are very popular right over here. A lot of favorites, a lot of sales, are very easy to find in games and on profiles. So if you're able to get this one, I think it was definitely a pretty nice choice. It's still on sale available today, day if you do get this one as well. Next, they released the Archduke of the Federation, which is a huge limited item. It's very expensive, one of the rarest items on the catalog currently, so definitely probably the biggest item of the sale, I would say. It has a 2 million average price, and it's very, very hard to find, so definitely a pretty great one. I think it looks great, one of my favorites personally as well, so definitely not that bad if you're able to get this one. I think it was definitely a pretty great choice. Next, we did see the Midnight Commando go limited, as well as a new limited release with this Violet Princess of the North, and then we did see the Tentacles go off sale shortly afterwards as well. So over here, Midnight Commando, this actually went limited during the sale. It seems to have a pretty low amount of owners right over here with only 600, and it seems to be selling for pretty high, kind of varying from 20,000 to up to 40,000, so pretty interesting one. I think this is definitely a fan favorite of this series, so if you own this one originally, this is definitely a pretty good choice to have gone limited. And the next one over here, Violet Princess of the North. There is, I think, a North version which is not unlimited, but I think this is definitely a pretty good choice to release as limited item. It is this kind of hairstyle with extravagant crown. It looks pretty nice, I would say. I like this kind of hairstyle. I know this isn't everybody's taste level, but I think it definitely looks pretty nice for me. It was one of the more affordable limiteds of the sale with only 100 Robux starting price and a pretty higher stock than much of the other limiteds. It seems to be doing pretty well right now, much like the other limiteds, so definitely not a bad choice to have released as limited this sale. And then to end off the day, they did release these Cobalt Lightning Pauldrons as a new limited. So over here, these Pauldrons are doing pretty well right now as well. Another kind of upward trend we see with these limiteds recently, so not that bad. And after 3 sales, it goes to 1 million, and after those 2 sales, it has no more sellers. So definitely a lot of these older limiteds do seem to not have as many active owners anymore, so it might be hard to achieve some of these, but I think it's definitely a pretty nice Pauldron to release, and they match a lot of different limiteds, so definitely not a bad choice over here if you were able to get this when it was available. So yeah, that was the 3rd day of the sale. It seems like they released quite a lot of limiteds, so if you were active during that day, it seems like you could have had a good opportunity to profit on those items. And yeah, overall looks like a pretty big success if you were around at the time. So I think it was definitely a successful day. It seems like these were definitely some pretty packed days with a lot of different things happening. So this was day 3, one more day to go for this sale, and then we'll finish with Labor Day Sale 2015. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!